What's up, everyone? Welcome to Sin on the Chat. Let me get right into this Kai Cenat situation. For those of you that don't know, Kai Cenat is this young kid from the Bronx. He's a YouTuber. Okay, this is Kai right here in the plaid shirt. He has made his way through the YouTube rankings. He interviews a lot of people. You can see there in that video. He's with Krishan and Blueface. He's interviewed 21 Savage. I've seen pictures of him with with little Uzi and a ton of people. Right now, they are accusing. There's a young lady accusing Kai Cenat and his friend of some pretty gross things. Now, there's a lot of questions. There are a lot of weird things with this situation. Okay, as always, we all just went through this Megan Tory situation, and that was a shit show. This is a crazy story also. And also, I just want to say before I jump right into the details of this and show the texts, we're going to go over the text messages between Kai and this girl. We're going to go over her allegations. We're going to listen to an interview that she just did with a streamer, okay, and see what she said on that interview and the things that she has tweeted and texted and screenshotted. And we're also going to listen to what Kai Cenat had to say. This is interesting. So, yeah, let's just get right into this. Let me just go right to this girl's Twitter. By the way, this young lady, this is already all over social media, so we don't need to block her name or anything. It's all out there. She's been very, very outspoken about this. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. So apparently when she came out with this, this was January 5th on Twitter. I believe that prior to this Twitter post, she came out on a live stream and was talking about what allegedly happened, right? So it says here, this is the first tweet. It says here, I was invited by hold on a second. Let me bring that up, actually. Hold on. Okay, right here. Sorry, I jumped the gun on that. All right. So right here, it says January 5th. I was invited by Kai Cenat. When I decided to leave, he told me I'd be safer upstairs since I was drunk and nobody would bother me. However, after I fell asleep, since I thought I was safe due to there being security and Kai's confirmation. All right. Now, I'm gonna jump into something real quick because I'm not making any judgment on this situation. All right, this shit could go either way, but she just said that Kai told her to go upstairs because she was drunk and then nobody would bother her, right? But I'm gonna head over to this clip over here where she's talking about it is a little bit different. What she said in this interview is just a little bit different, if I'm not mistaken. To what she just said here. So let's just go to that real quick. Hold on 1 second. Okay. All right, and now let's just get over here. Hold on. Listen to this.
Me and my people go out together. What happened was I ordered an Uber for us to leave, and he got in the Uber and left without me knowing. And that's when I told Kai that I had to leave because my friend left. And he told me to just stay. But I told him I was tired and I needed to leave because I had just flown in from Orlando. So I was tired. And he told me that I could just stay. And I know for a fact he didn't wish no harm on me. I'm not trying to blame him. But I stayed, and I couldn't.
He deserves like take accountability and responsibility.
I couldn't even order my own Uber because my friend, she was in my Uber. You can't order 2 Ubers at once. So I had to wait until she got to our hotel, which was 40 minutes away. I had to wait for her to get into the car, get there, and that's why I fell asleep.
So you guys see, she's like, it's kind of the same thing, but she said, she just says that she says she came with a friend, right? She says she came there with a girl. That she called the Uber, the girl that's making the accusations called the Uber on her phone, and her friend got in the Uber and left her and just took off on her. That's kind of crazy. Also, let me just say, if that happened, that's a shitty ass friend, right? And I'm gonna tell this to everyone. Ladies, if you have a friend, if you are out with a girl or a few girls and you're drunk and they leave you, those are not your friends. All right. That's a whole nother story, but that's something to look out for too, right? So she said that the friend took off, but then she also said that she wasn't even able to call another Uber because the friend was in the Uber that she had initially called from her phone, right? And then we could say, okay, well, why didn't she just tell Kai to call the Uber or whatever the case, right? There's always these shoulda, coulda, wouldas, right? This is not blaming her. If this happened to her, this is fucking horrible. This is disgusting. So, but of course, we're looking at this with sober minds, okay? So anyway, so let's go to tweet number 2. It says, however, I wasn't safe. I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name, but they call him Jiggy. Okay, so we're just gonna call him Jiggy. Jiggy walked into the room where I was asleep and brutally arred me to the point where you see that. When I woke up to see him still on top of me, I called him out as a R word, Rist, and he told me that I was in his bed and that's why he did what he did. Now, I'm wondering, when this is taking place, where the is everybody at, right? Like this is crazy, right? Okay. I wish we could see a layout of this house, but that's pretty scary. All right, that's no joke. So I was in shock. I called, texted my quote unquote friend. Okay, so she's probably feeling some type of way. Like she's like, my oh no, hold on. Oh, she says, I was in shock. I called, texted my quote unquote friend who invited me, but I got no answer. And I was told by the rapist, beep, 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 that he left, which I found out later to be a lie. He told me we can just keep it a secret and pretend nothing happened, but I was already traumatized by then. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, I'm just reading this. And I was told by the R word that he left, which I found out later to be a lie. Okay, so the guy Jiggy is saying she's referring to her quote unquote friend here as Kai Cenat. Because her story is that Kai is the one that invited her to this party. And she was referring to him as her friend in other videos and tweets and stuff like that. So she was referring to Kai Cenat here. She was saying he was her friend and he invited her there, right? But she says she got no answer when she was calling him. I don't get this is where I'm a little confused. Like, was she was calling him from that room when this happened, or and the guy was just letting her use the phone? I don't. It's just so. But I don't know. I don't know. All right. This is what she's saying. So he told me we can just keep it a secret. So the alleged R word is the one that's saying to her, keep it a secret and pretend nothing happened. But she says she was already traumatized by then. Okay. Also, keep this in mind, guys. Where she says here that she called and texted her quote unquote friend, Kai is also going to respond to this in his video. So I want you guys to keep that in mind that she said that part. This is a little. I'll just get right to it. Kai claims that he just met her that day. He says he met her. I think it was that day or the day before. So he said he met her December 31st, 2022. Didn't know her prior to that, and invited her to that, and that allegedly occurred on that same day going into 2023. So that's a big piece of information to hold on to there, okay? Because there are people that I've known for years that I don't consider friends. So that's a little off right there. That was the first thing that kind of like made me like side eye a little bit, but at the same time, everybody's different. So let's keep going. Text number 4. I asked him if he at least used protection, which he then showed me a dirty condom and said, yes, a skins condom. Now I have to take medication for a month to make sure I don't catch any STDs. As you all know, those condoms only protect you from unwanted pregnancies, not STDs. I don't even know what skins condoms are. This she's talking like she's talking to people that are in the know about this stuff. I have no clue what this is. They protect you from okay. So but anyway, um I spent all day crying. And I wasn't laughing at the situation. I'm just laughing at how out the loop I am with like sleeping with people and having to use condoms, I guess. But anyway, so I spent all day crying and processing what happened to me instead of enjoying my vacation in New York. At nighttime, I had dinner reservations, but I went to the emergency room instead as I was still in pain from what had happened to me. Um, so this is another thing. So she's referring to a dinner reservations that she had. Um, I'm assuming after this, but saying like she was in so much pain that she just went to the emergency room. Um, so my question would be here. So was she still considering going to dinner after this tragic event occurred? Right? Like that's puzzling to me, right? Let me tell you something, guys. And please, y'all, tell me how you look at this. Right? Please, I really want to hear from you guys. Because I do not like to think that women lie, but I've had some, oh my God, the things that I've seen. Um, when this thing happened with Megan and Tori, like I was team Megan all day. All right. I just knew without a doubt. I just felt like there were some times that I was like, I don't know, but like I really believe that Tori did that. Here, when I started to read this, I did not have those same feelings. Okay, I'm just gonna be completely honest. All right, and Lord forgive me if I am wrong, but this is just like based on my assessment. This just looks crazy to me. There's just a lot of questions. Okay, it says at nighttime I had dinner reservations. So were you still like if something like that happened to me? The last thing I'm gonna be thinking about is dinner. Like I'm gonna be what like I'm calling people, like I'm going to the law, like we trying to put hands and feet on this guy. We doing all of the above. Do you understand me? Like, also, I understand that everyone is different. I do understand that. I cannot put myself in anyone else's shoes because I can't think like that. Like that something like that would happen and then I'm just going to go and continue on with my regular schedule and think about going to have dinner, all right? Cuz it says here like not that she went right to the police after, not that she reported any of this after, or not that her life was like ruined right then and there. She was still talking about these. The dinner reservation is throwing me off. But okay, like regardless of whether or not you was in pain, like to me, it's just like okay, what? All right. So anyway, so number 6, I described that the person looked like to my friend, what the person looked like to my friend, I guess is what the person looked like to my friend who had invited me. And he said he didn't know the person. However, after digging for a day and a half, I found the person's Instagram and they have been friends for years. Okay, so she came up on his picture. This is the kid, right? This is the kid here with Kai, the tall kid. All right. And And here is a screenshot of her sending it to him. And she's saying, that's your homie for real, bro. That's why you ain't help me. That's why you ain't go up. You knew what he was doing. Now this is where this shit gets crazy. Now you gotta think, right? Assuming Kai's completely innocent and didn't have anything to do with anything, if this actually occurred, right? Put yourself in Kai's shoes. You get a message like this from this girl you don't know. It's telling you something crazy about a longtime friend of yours, right? Of something that happened supposedly at his house. Okay. He's probably tweaking. He's probably freaking the fuck out right now. He's probably thinking, yo, what? Like, and now she's accusing me of being in on this crazy shit. Like, his head is probably spinning. All right. And that's how I envision it. So he goes, yo, what the fuck? Like, I'm literally getting info as we speak. Are you fucking crazy? Like, I knew what was going on. He's asking, right? Like that's what you fucking trying to imply. Um, so then number 7, it says it's been 5 days since the incident, and I haven't been able to sleep or eat properly. I haven't been able to socialize or go to work. This is all I think about 24/7. I'm not looking for attention. All I want is the justice I deserve. I want to stop him from hurting anyone else. Now that, listen, this seems like something that would be kind of like in line with, with something. This is what I would imagine what happened, right? Like I would imagine this is how one would feel after they had such a crazy thing, horrible thing happen to them, right? Um, I know we're in a new era. My thing is, I just don't get the social media thing. Like so much social media, like putting all of this on socials. Like I could see out in someone. I don't know how I would do it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts on that part is. Like it was like coming right to socials, after this happened. And I don't know, it's kind of crazy for me a little bit, right? But it seems like I would probably feel the same way. So then she posts here her screenshots, her messages with Kai, okay? Um so so she messages, what you find out. He goes, you good? She says, not really. I want to know who it was. Okay, can you send me the Instagram of the guy who checked up on me? Please. This was before, she found out who it was and all this other stuff, allegedly. Question mark, question mark. And then she says, this shit is so serious. I'm not trying to be annoying or anything, but I'm legit traumatized. I don't care if it's one of your friends and you don't want to throw them under the bus. Doesn't matter to me. He did what he did and he has to pay for that. Kai Cenat says, hell no, not one of my friends. I'm still looking into it. She says, okay. So then she puts a text here. She goes, for everyone asking why I'm saying he didn't help me identify the person, it's because I sent him the pictures of the person and got no response about it until I found hard evidence that they knew each other. And then, even then, I still didn't get a name. His attorney told me the name just yesterday, 3 days after everything happened. I described to him every detail of this person, and he told me he didn't know who it was. I don't care, though. It's not about Kai. Like I said, this is about the guy, Jiggy. And then she says, I'm sorry to Kai, but I'm not the one who created this mess. I'm sorry to have accused him over text of knowing what happened to me, since that's just an assumption on my part. Even though I have been shown absolutely no sympathy from his side, I sympathize with him. However, I will never defend a artist. I don't care if they're my family. So she's apologizing for accusing Kai, like, of being in on it, right? And I'm gonna say this too, in her defense, if this happened to her, then I can see why she would be paranoid of everyone. Like, when you're drunk and then you're trying to replay things in your head from the previous night, and then you're kind of like putting things together, and maybe over the span of a few days, like all the pieces start coming together, right? And maybe that's the case also. Maybe she was freaking out, if something like this happened to her, and then she's thinking like, damn, everybody was in on this. You know what I mean? So let's keep going. So you see here on the right side, she says, I found him in this picture. and she circled him. She found a picture, I guess, of the party from that night. And I'll tell you later on, you'll see that this is a picture from that night. Um, she circles him. She says, I found him there. And then she texts again, dot, dot, dot. Right. So Kai is not really being responsive. Okay. And at this point, after, especially after her like saying, oh, you were in on it or whatever, or alluding to that, I, being in Kai's position, I don't think that he did anything really wrong and backing off, because you got to look at it from his perspective. He's thinking, I don't know this girl, right? My friend has never done anything to make me think that he would be capable of doing this. And this girl who's a stranger pretty much, like, I don't know if I should even respond at this point, but at this point Kai has already reached out to lawyers. He did the right thing. He lawyered up immediately. Okay, so he's being very cautious and he's not really responding. I don't say that I blame him necessarily. Okay, so let's just continue. She sends this picture. Okay, this is the picture that she sends him from the hospital. Okay, let's continue. Gonna be at the hospital all night, so just hit me up whenever you're ready. Respond because I'll be up. Ready to respond because I'll be up. Now, again, this is something I wouldn't move this way, right? But that, again, that is just me. All right, that is just simple old sin. Me, if I'm at the hospital, like, I'm not really like, I just feel like she's gunning for him. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this to me is just look at, she's gunning for Kai. I don't know what she's trying to get from Kai, right? Like, she's gunning for him. And I don't understand that part of it. Maybe if somebody that's listening to this could kind of like touch on that and explain how you see this. But to me, it's like she just keeps gunning for him. Like, all right, you've identified this guy. Give all of this to the police, right? Because if you truly think that Kai was in on this, then you go to the police and give them all of this and let them come up with a determination. Let them do the investigation and let them handle it. Mind you, if I'm at the hospital, I'm sure hopefully, I don't know if she has family. Some people don't have family. But somebody's going to be at the hospital with me. The last thing I'm going to be doing is reaching out to this guy's friends still. You understand? Like, my family's going to be there. Everybody's going to be probably upset. I could just see, like, it's going to be a very tense and kind of maybe chaotic situation. But she sends this picture, right? So this is like, I don't know, bro. Like, but we're in a different time. So he messages again. Kai, honestly, he doesn't seem too concerned here at this point, but also he was in London, and I guess they were 5 hours ahead of time there. And he was doing a bunch of stuff. So anyway, he says, I'm just waking up. Are you good? And she says, doing a R kit at the hospital. Can you please help me identify this guy that I sent you a pic of, because it's him. Please don't tell him anything. Like, don't tell him I'm at the hospital or anything. I don't want him to have time to make up a story or be on alert in case they need to investigate. It's better he does not know. I don't know. Maybe she's gullible. Maybe she's naive. I don't know. Right. But you're telling some guy that you don't know about one of his long-term friends. Something is wild. Okay, I don't know what she thought. Like, I don't know why she thought that she formed some allegiance with Kai, and like his loyalty was with her over anything. I mean, I would look, if somebody called me saying that one of my friends did some crazy shit, like, I would probably, for one, I'm gonna tell them, well, listen, you need to go handle that with the law, right? But second of all, I'm gonna press my friend like, yo, what the fuck happened at the house that day? Like, just kind of pick their brain. You know what I mean? And mind you, I don't put anything past anyone. So I would probably, go about it a different way, but I just don't know why she feels like she's formed an allegiance with Kai here. It's just, I don't know. I don't know. So let's keep going. And he goes, it's him? Like, he's shocked. Like, what? And she says, yes, that's the guy. Who is that? And then she goes, okay, whatever, Kai. All right. And then he says, I'm in a meeting currently. I'm trying to find out now. Hold on. No, it's dead ass him, she says. Like, she's like, no. Like, what the fuck? There's nothing to find out. That's him. Like, so she's screenshotting him. And then she goes, I found it. And yes, it's him. I'm not slow. And I remember me and you have lots of mutuals. They can all vouch for me. I'm not a liar. This type of shit don't even happen to me. Is that the guy you sent to check in on me? He says, no, the guy sent to check on you, checked up on you and left. I literally seen it with my eyes. You opened the door halfway, asked if you was good, then came downstairs. Okay, well, that guy went in after. And he says, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't know everyone at the party. So you have to bear with me. You're not in the same boat as me. I just had to take mad medication to make sure he didn't give me no STDs. A man who I don't even know and don't find attractive in the slightest. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm just trying to think like these are young kids, you know what I mean? Like this communication is just wild to me. You know, I've been digging through all your friends' pictures to look for this man. It's taken me an entire day and a half. I had plans in New York for the weekend and had to stop to do this. Again, she keeps referring to these plans that she had and how this is such an inconvenience because she cannot conduct any of these plans. I don't know, guys. For me, if this happened to me, the last thing that would be on my mind are these fucking plans of hanging out and going to dinner and all this other shit. So this is crazy. It's like she wants, I don't, what she's trying to get from Kai is like for him to be outraged and to get some sort of like crazy reaction from him, but he's not really feeding into it. He's like kind of in disbelief, it looks like, right? So let's continue. Um, you could have made the process a whole lot easier, but you didn't help me. Um, he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm so mad right now. You don't even understand this is sick. I didn't deserve this. I did nothing to you guys. And then she's going back to that. She knew, like, to me, it looks like and when she first started, like, trying to accuse him of being in on this, like, he reacted strongly. So she's kind of going back to that because he's been kind of nonchalant this entire time, like, kind of like in disbelief, like, not really giving in too much. And then so she goes back to doing that. And he goes, ain't nobody to finish shit. I just told you I'm about to find everything out. And that's what I've been doing. Like, and she says, like, why me? Mind you guys, I'm trying to put myself in her predicament. Like, if this happened to her, like, whoa, you know, like, I can't imagine how she's feeling. But this all looks crazy. So then he says, why are you saying you guys? See, I don't like that. You including me into something that I'm trying to figure out. Don't start doing that. What the fuck? Like, again, he's reacting strongly to that because he's like, bro, like, don't put me in this, you know. So she sends him a picture of them together. She goes, that's your homie for real, bro. That's why you ain't help me. Oh, and then she goes into that. Okay, again. So maybe that's what we read the first time. And he says, are you fucking crazy? He's like, I knew what was going on. Jovi, I don't like that at all. All jokes aside, that's not cool. That's fucked up. And hold on a second. He says that's fucked up. And she says, she responds to that, are you crazy? She goes, LOL, I'm the crazy one, the victim in the whole situation. Okay. So he goes, you just sent me pics of the person and now I'm about to get both sides. I didn't know who was who. I didn't know who to look for. And now you pulled up pics. If you want me to help you, you can't do shit like this. What the fuck? And she says, I'm not on some cool shit right now. Like, do you not understand what just happened to me? I'm literally traumatized. You're showing me absolutely no sympathy. I have every right to feel and react the way I'm reacting. Like, I'm going to give you details so you know how serious it is. Your friend R'd me in my A2, and I've been being, you know, bleeping ever since. Do you understand how embarrassing and how dirty I feel? Now, that is something that's common with our victims. They say they feel ashamed, they feel dirty, and all of those things. These are things that are very common amongst our victims. Okay. Again, a lot of questions here. Like, where was everybody at in this party? Now, I'm not going to say I've heard plenty of stories, like online articles, where people say they were art, at some house party and things like that. So I'm not going to say like this is far fetched. I think that some of the things that she's saying is just like, I don't know, kind of, I don't know. But let's continue. Do you understand how embarrassed and how dirty I feel? And you know what he said when I asked him. Why he did what he did. He said, because I was in his bed. That's the reason why he argued me, because I was asleep in his effing bed. That's his stupid ass excuse. I don't sleep around. And to be honest, if I wanted to have sex, I would have slept with you or some shit. Now that to me, again, I don't want to pick apart what she's saying, but it's kind of hard not to like notice these things. These are the things that are like raising my eyebrows as I'm going through these threads. I don't sleep around, and to be honest, if I wanted to have sex, I would have slept with you or some shit. Do you see? Y'all, I want y'all to comment and tell me right there. What do you guys think when you hear that right there? I'm not gonna say anything. I want you guys to make your own judgment on that part. Okay? She's letting him know. Look, if I wanted to like intentionally, sleep with someone, it would have been with you. Okay? Or some shit. I don't. So then she goes, I don't know who this man is. This is a complete stranger to me. Since I don't think you understand that I was art. This is not something that was consented. I didn't want him. I never flirted. I didn't do shit to deserve this but sleep. That's all I did. Okay? Yeah. So then let's go. This is the next text. She's saying, for everyone asking me why I didn't do art kit, I did. Now leave me alone. So she shows this paperwork here. And then she says, I'm not trying to place blame on anyone other than the perpetrator, who is Chiggy. However, I told my story as it happened, and I didn't want to leave any parts out. I don't believe Kai's to blame. However, he was involved, whether you agree or not. It's just a fact. He's the only person I knew at this party, and he's the one who told me to go upstairs where everything occurred. Okay. I don't need Kai for attention, as I get enough of it on my own. And this wouldn't be the way I would try to get it. I wish him the best, but I will not be silenced. I will not choose to exclude him out of my story for his protection. I'm choosing to protect myself this time and say what happened exactly as it did. Now, that I agree with. And we do see that. Society is messed up. They want to protect people because they're like, okay, this person has so much going for them. Like, let's just like sweep this under the rug. Let's not implicate anyone. Like, it don't need to go this far. Like, it was a mistake. I've seen that too with people. That's kind of like what I got from Tory Lanez offering the girls money to stay quiet, right? It's like no, like F you, like fuck you and your $1,000,000 and your money. I mean, like not fuck $1,000,000, but you know what I'm saying? Like Mega's looking like, what? Like you just shot me. Like, that's kind of like the same thing. Like, I'm not going to be quiet just because you're famous or you're a celebrity and because you have so many good things going on in your life. But what I'm saying here is, I don't know why. All right. Yes, Kai was the one that maybe invited her to this thing. He didn't know her though. I just don't understand why she keeps reaching for him. maybe she does believe that he has something to do with what allegedly happened, or maybe it's something else. I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna hold my thoughts, but let's keep going. Um, I described what the person looked like to my friend who had invited me, and he said he didn't know the person. However, after digging for a day and a half, I found the person's Instagram and that they have been friends for years. Okay. And then it just continues. She says, there's so many more where these came from. I had an idea this was going to happen when I share my story. Y'all still think I'm looking for clout? This is the clout y'all think I want to have? So then here is just a bunch of people sending her some crazy messages. This is terrible. The people telling her to off herself and just cursing at her and threatening her and just like that's awful. That's awful. When people accusing her lying like outright and telling her to do these awful things because now there's a chance that she is telling the truth, right? I don't think you attack someone like this, right? I think you look at both sides of it and you don't directly contact this person and say crazy things like this. So that's sad. But at the same time, what do I don't want to blame her, but like what do you think is gonna happen when you put this out on social media like this? She went right to socials about it. Um, I wouldn't have done that because you got to think these celebrities, especially men, they do have a lot of people that are always rooting for them, whether they're guilty or not. Um, and if you're really a victim, that's the last thing I want to hear is people come down on me and tell me this crazy shit right here. Right? I wouldn't need this. Like I don't need that. That might push me over the edge, like so again, it's a different time. So anyway, so for all the Jiggy friends and Kai Cenat fans that threatening to unalive her, you'd be doing me a favor. So now she's like, oh, you guys don't understand. Like, I really don't want to be here. This was just 22 hours ago. And then she had this as a header. It's like a guy choking her and her sticking her tongue out. But she says she makes it clear like that header is not hers. It's off Pinterest. It's not even me. So she keeps going and and this is the initial tweet that's pinned here on her thread. And it says, on January 1st, 2023, I was AR'd at a party by a complete stranger. I was invited to this party by someone I thought to be a friend. I asked for help and it's not going anywhere. So I've decided to take it to social media. His name is, well, just say Jiggy. All right. So that's her. Those are her tweets. That is what she's saying. My thing is, what do you mean nothing's getting done? What Kai is not the law. So if you keep reaching out to Kai, expecting for him, what do you want him to do? Put the cuffs on the guy? Kai can't do anything. If this guy right here, if he really did this crazy shit, then he's a piece of shit and he needs to be put away forever. Okay. But she's gunning for Kai. All right. She's claiming that he's a friend. Kai has a totally different outtake on this. He says, no, we were not friends. I don't know her. Okay. So here we go. All right. This is Kai. So then Kai comes out and Kai says what he has to say. I'm going to jump through this though, because there's a lot of this is 25 minutes, but we're just going to kind of jump through this and kind of go to the most important parts.
How's everybody doing today? How y'all doing? Very serious matter today. I know. Hold on, let me make sure everything is good on my end before everything goes. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. It's been eating me alive, and I feel so good right now that I got to be able to say something. To be able to say something. You feel what I'm saying? How y'all doing? You feel me? I'm everybody getting take it on sub over. Take it on sub.
So He's reacting like this because to him it's killing him because he sees people are trashing him on the Reddit threads, Twitter threads. Mind you, keep in mind this is somebody who is very successful. He's a young kid. We all know with celebs like this, there's a lot of hate. There's a lot of hate for this kid too. You understand? So a lot of times when people blow up, and especially people that are in the same field as you, like other YouTubers and whatnot, streamers and things, and this guy's blown up, there's going to be a lot of people around him that kind of want to see him fall too. So there's a lot of that going on. He's done the right thing because he's followed his counsel's legal advice, and he is kind of stayed away from speaking on this. Okay, while this girl is tweeting every day and tweeting all this stuff, he's kind of had to zip up, and not say anything. All right, so we're gonna keep going.
Sub only. Take it off sub only. Everybody is welcome in the chat. Everybody's free. Everybody. I don't want it to make it look like nothing is being. Everybody. Take it off sub only. Let everybody give it a comment. How are you guys doing? Hold on. Let me make sure everybody come in. Everybody gotta come in. Everybody. I want everybody in here. I need everybody. Let them in. I'm gonna explain everything. For those who's confused, I gotta explain everything. I'm gonna go ahead and y'all deserve. Bro, it's crazy because y'all gonna finally see. I'm highly confident. That's not what we're talking about. Okay. So let me know when y'all ready. Let me know when y'all ready. I don't even play with the R word. I can't say it on Twitch. Therefore, because it's TOS. I do not play with that. That is not something I play with. In any way, shape, or form, that shit is corny. Make that again. I'm saying one more time. I do not condone none of that. I do not allow any of that. It's very serious, bro. This topic is the most serious I've ever been in my life. It's the most serious I've ever been in my life. Okay. This shit is no joke. And I'm here to explain everything. Okay. Multiple blogs has posted shit. All right. First things first. Okay. First things first, I want to go ahead and address everybody. Thanks to everybody who patiently waited to hear what I have to say. Know this girl. Okay. I've been going through I'm getting dragged right now on social media. Dragged on social media. A lot of people forming before I even got to speak. Let's dive right into it. First things first, I want to address how do I know this girl? Okay. As you guys know, New Year's Eve, I threw a party in New York City. The city that I'm from. Threw a party back there. Threw a party. As you guys see, I'm pretty sure you guys see snaps. Multiple videos, multiple photographers in there. You feel what I'm saying? We took a whole bunch of pictures, videos. I'm blast. Mic in my hand. I'm running everywhere. I'm having a blast. When you with KC3, one thing you can say is that I make sure everybody's having a fun time. Everybody's having a good, right? The way I met that girl, I started talking to her December 31st, 2022, going into the new year of January 1st, 2023. Okay. People keep getting.
So yeah, I heard him say like he didn't know her. He knew her for one day. All right, that was that day that he invited her. That was it. That was the extent of him knowing her or any quote unquote friendship. All right, let's continue.
The narrative that she kept saying this is my friend. Kept using the friend word a lot, right? People keep thinking that it was if she's saying friend, it must have been way back. No, that's not what it is. Also, I want to go ahead and say, Jovi, I'm not here to bash you or nothing. This is very serious. I'm saying this is the first thing in my life. I've seen the shit that you've been posting and crying and all that shit. I have sympathy for. I'm not here to say that. I'm not here to bash you in any type of way. Okay? Let me put that shit first. This shit is crazy. All right? So the way I met her December 31st. Okay? Right December 31st, I told her to pull up to the party. Now, the same way you got invited, everybody got invited. Okay? People on the internet twisted it and was like, oh yeah, Kai should have been like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, she should have been on her shit. No, the way she was invited is the way everybody was invited. Welcome. She's in New York. I said, yo, New Year's Eve. Come let's have a blast. You feel what I'm saying? Music going. Everything was free. I had food, everything, right? That's how I know her. It doesn't go any further. It doesn't go any farther than that. Okay. One thing. Okay. How do I know the person being accused? Jiggy, right? How do I know him? I know him. I never said he wasn't my friend. I know him. I went to high school with me. And you know what I'm saying? He's a friend that I genuinely know. Okay. This is somebody that I know personally. Okay. All right. Now, first things first. Let me kick it off like this. I can't go too in deep, so you're probably wondering. Let me address everything that everybody was wondering. Why Kai wasn't replying? Why wasn't he texting back like this? And I don't blame y'all for asking me. Why wasn't Kai texting back like this? Why wasn't he helping? Because screenshots came in. As soon as this was brought to my attention, chat, I didn't go nowhere else. When this was brought to my attention, I didn't go nowhere else but the police. Instantly.
And he did the right thing. I would have done the same thing. Props to him for understanding the severity of this situation and for not reacting and going into more with that young lady on text. He has to save himself at the end of the day, because by him going to the police and saying he didn't try to cover anything up. He went right to the law and said, let them deal with this. Let them sort that out. Because if this did happen, they got to sort this out. He don't know if what this stranger's angle is. She's trying to extort him. If these things happen with people in these positions, he doesn't know, because he doesn't know her, but he knows his friend. Still in all, he turned it over to the police, according to him. Okay, so I tend to believe him. He did the right thing. Let's continue.
I went to my legal team. I went to the police. I'm not being around. This is a serious topic. Let's go to the police. Let's figure this out. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people was like, yo, you need, he didn't help you, this, that, and the third. Bro, I went to the police instantly. My legal team. The reason why I did not reply is because my legal team told me, Kai, do not text anyone. Do not talk about the situation to anybody, to yourself. That's why I'm so relieved that I got the green light today to talk about stuff. Okay? And then again, you feel what I'm saying? I'm not going against nobody. That's the reason why I couldn't tell, right? My team legally told me, Kai, don't say nothing. Okay? Jovi. First things first, Jovi. I understand what's going on right now. I'm here to help to see what the fuck happened. I've been accused of this being set up, and I knew what was going on. Negative. That's disgusting. Negative. Like, bro. That's the reason why I'm mad, because I've been accused that I knew everything that was happening at the time. Negative. Okay? I don't know shit that went down that night. I wasn't there. Okay, I wasn't physically there. Okay. Jovi, although my team contacted you and said Kai is not able to talk at this time. Okay? They said that to you. You was aware that I was muted, but you still went to the internet. I'm not here to blame you. You got to the internet first. They do the assumptions. My name got dragged. Okay? And it's fine. I gotta this is what being at such a stature come with. Okay, you was my team. What I tell you, yo, Kai is not able to talk right now. don't. You feel what I'm saying? He don't expect nothing to come to him. He's not able to. It's all legal. Once this shit got to my attention, it is now an investigation. Okay? It is now an investigation. You hear me? Okay?
That's funny because he's like, listen, the moment you mentioned this crazy shit to me, I turned this shit right over. Now we got an investigation because we know to play these games. He did the right fucking thing. And that's why and this is another reason, because when people, if you're accused of something crazy, like he was accused of knowing about this alleged incident, first thing you want to do, you want to defend yourself. There's no holding back. You just want to say everything that you possibly know. You just want to put it all out there. You want to offer up information that ain't even necessary because you know for damn sure that you don't have anything to hide, right? And that's what it looks like here. He ain't have nothing to hide, so he went right to the law. All right, let's keep going.
This shit is serious. Y'all gotta understand how serious this is, man. I'm not taking this for no game. Everything that was brought to my attention, my team reached out to her, said Kai not able to talk. All right, so boom, I was really at the time. I couldn't say nothing. Okay, let me go ahead and go to the next thing. What's it called? Her side of the story. Okay, let me go ahead and say this real quick. She called me the next day, right? Crying, bawling her eyes out. I'm talking about legit crying, gang. I'm hearing this story, and automatically, that's why I don't blame the internet for reacting to, because automatically, I instantly believe, I instantly believe, like, I'm hearing it. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, bro. I feel this shit happen.
And you notice he caught himself there because he's trying to be careful, but at the same time, like what he really want to say is like it's coming out. He's saying like I almost fed into it. Right? Listen to what he's saying in the way he's saying it. Right? He's saying like when she told me and she called me and it sounded so convincing, I almost fed into it. Look, y'all. I got a crazy ass story of something that happened to me one day that child, y'all don't even understand. I had someone lie on me before that they were so convincing. I had somebody hurt themselves and say that I did it. All right. It was very convincing. The law got involved in everything. Eventually, I was vindicated. All right. But everybody believed this person. Okay. This is a real thing. There's some crazy people. Now, I'm not saying that's what this girl did. If y'all ever want to hear that story, let me know, because it is a fucking lifetime movie of a story. I will be glad to share it. All right, so if y'all want to hear that story, comment below and I will gladly share this, because y'all would not believe this shit. So anyway, I'm not saying that this girl's lying, but listen to what Kai's saying and the way he's saying things, okay? Pay attention.
I'm gonna help you on the phone. This is the first phone call that we had together. I said I will help you. I got you. You see the text messages. I said, yo, just talk to my team and see what happens, okay? I said I will help you. It's not pre-recorded. Shut up. It's not pre-recorded. All right. So boom. I said that. Right. As soon as I got the information, chat. I went straight to my friend, the person that you see getting posted. I said, bro, what the fuck am I hearing right now, man? Y'all know I can't, bro. I have a select few of people that I call my friends for real, bro. I address them. I say, yo, bro, what the fuck is this? When you see when she sent the photo, you can see me react as in, it's him? Like I legit, I'm telling y'all what it is. I know him. So I went to him immediately. I said, yo, bro, what the fuck you got going on? What am I hearing right now, bro? You feel me? What am I hearing right now about shit that's going on? Chat. As soon as he heard her side of the story, I'm representing her, bro. She's hurt, bro. I don't play that. I went to him. I said her story. Complete shock. He was in complete shock. He don't know. I'm telling you, from my perspective, he was so confused on the things that she said. Legitimately confused on the things that she said. Everything like that, right? So, as the one in between all this shit, I took a step back. I said, yo, Pa, somebody's. There's two sides of the story now, Pa. Who you gonna handle it with? The police. Okay?
Every time, there's nothing funny about it, but every time he say that, it should just make me laugh because, because the people, there's gonna be some dumbass people that's gonna shit on him talking about he went to the police. He should. Just like every time Charleston White talk about going to the police, everybody get on him. Even though Charleston White's a shit starter, but it's just funny to hear them say it. But he did everything as he should. Okay, so let's keep going.
When she asked for in the screenshot, she asked for her name. She asked for his name automatically. I told my team, I said, yo, team, here's his name. Give it to her. That is the reason why she got it in the first place. Okay? That is the reason why she got it in the first place. Let me tell y'all something right now. All my viewers, do not go to her profile and do not harass this young lady, bro. Do not. Until facts are proved, until shit is shit, bro. Like, if shit is going on and the police are handling this. And this is why I didn't want to come to the internet, bro. This was never my intention. I was just talking to the police and my legal team. When it hit the internet.
That was also a smart move. Because you see, like, she posted that people are harassing her and whatnot. He has to protect himself because it's crazy that a lot of people in these positions don't really get the protections. You always see, like, people get granted lawsuits and whatnot for things that we look at and we're like, what the fuck? Somebody sued for what? And they actually won the lawsuit. People win lawsuits for like crazy shit. So she's already like kind of implicated him or tried to implicate him or tried to accuse him of knowing or being the one that invited her and, all of this stuff. It's like, he's the bag. You understand? So he has to do the right thing and say, yo, like, don't harass her, right? Because, like, if it looks like, oh, I have people that follow me, my fans harass her, then, that can make him liable. You understand? He does have to protect himself. Of course, if something happened to this young woman, he has to think about her, and do whatever is right in that situation. At the end of the day, it's sad that we live in a time today that you can't even throw a party without having, as a kid, as a young man in the early 20s, they can't even throw a fucking party without some shit going awry. You understand what I mean? Like, after this, he's going to have to reevaluate how he moves completely. Okay, if that dude did that, he has to reevaluate his circle, even his innermost closest circle. He has to say, I got to cut people off. He's going to have to make an assessment and go down the line. All right, who do I need to have here? Who can I trust wholeheartedly? Because if something crazy happened, he's going to have to reevaluate his entire fucking way of moving. This is a kid that's 21 years old, living it up. He should be having fun. He should, continue on his career path. He made it out the fucking Bronx the right way. He didn't make it out the Bronx rapping, talking about killing people, talking about hustling. He didn't make it out the Bronx on no fake kingpin shit. He made it out the Bronx the right fucking way. This kid, I saw a video, he bought his mother a house. You understand what I'm saying? Like, this is a good kid. Seemingly. You understand what I'm saying? And not saying, like, of course, there are people that look like they're good people and they do horrible things. But y'all tell me if I'm tripping. I just don't see that that's the case here. I can't speak to his friend. We don't, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It just doesn't seem like that type of party. But he's gonna have to make some changes. Unfortunately, this is regardless of where this case goes, it's gonna affect him. It's gonna have a negative impact on him moving forward. And it's sad that as a young kid, he has to move, that cautiously, but you got to protect yourself. So let's continue.
I wake up here hours later. Remember, I'm 5 hours ahead. When I woke up to this shit, I said, what the fuck am I seeing on the internet right now? Okay? And I'm muted. My mom is calling me, bro. Okay? Sister is calling me. It's not a joke, okay? You feel me? Nigga, look. So, I automatically said, yo, there's two sides to this. Let me go ahead and take this up with the police. I'm not doing none of this, okay? I shouldn't get posted to the internet. Chat. I'm on the phone helping her. I'm on the phone trying to see what's right. Trying to see. I don't know. I'm so new to this, like to justice shit that I'm trying to see what's going on, man. I legally couldn't talk. Okay? I couldn't talk. They gave me the green light. I'm so happy I'm able to go live right now, man. And I just want to make sure this shit is served. I want to make sure this shit is correct. Now let me tell y'all something though. Okay? Two stories. There's two stories to this. All right? I'm not defending anybody. I'm not defending anybody. I don't know what happened. I am in the same boat as my viewers. I'm in the same boat as y'all. Don't know what the fuck happened. But let me go ahead and say something. The person that's associated with me. I knew this guy. I'm not defending him once again. I knew this guy for multiple trips. You feel what I'm saying? Never worked with him. He's not that person. I'm not saying shit didn't happen. I'm not saying none of that. I'm not defending nobody, bro. The way she was trying to get that phone, bro, I'm here to help. I'm here to help. I know how he looks. Scars on the face. Threads. You feel me? That's for the law. That's for the law. That's none of y'all business at all. None of y'all business at all. Okay? Now, I'm here to help. I'm here to see what the facts is. Because whatever the facts is, bro, I swear to God, I haven't spoke to him since it happened. I've stepped aside from him and her since it happened. Okay? The last time I spoke to him was when I said, yo, bro, I need your name. Gave it to me instantly. Give me his.
Also, if anybody's wondering, because when I heard him say that, like, I need your name. In New York, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna keep it a buck. There are people that I went to school with or people that I knew that, like, I didn't know their full names, their real names. And that's sad to say because it's people that I knew for years. Like, I never knew their real names. Especially if it's like a foreign name like that. You like, bro, like, what's your real fucking name? Because sometimes foreigners will have like multiple fucking names. So you like, what? Bro, like, is this your middle name? Is this your first name? Which one is your last name? So, and you can see the guy had a kind of like a difficult name to say for like an American person. You know what I mean? Like, so I believe him. But also he did the right thing because he's saying like, yo, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I think he wants to say more, but he can't say more. Right? I think he wants to delve into like his friend's reaction and what his friend said actually happened and how things went down. But of course he cannot do that. So let's continue.
His name instantly, that's the reason why she got it. Gave me the name instantly, everything was processed instantly. You feel me? That was the last time. Ever since then, I've completely stepped back. The only person who I've been in conversation with was the law.
And I'm gonna end this here, y'all, because he's gonna kind of repeat the same things. He's not gonna give up any new information beyond what he's already said. He's just, wants to make his case and let the world know like where he stands with this. He did a good job. I think he did the right thing. And also, I want to hear from y'all. I want to hear your comments. The girl is still posting online. She's still posting things online. I'm gonna show you guys her story here. There's a hold on a second. Let me see if I can add this. There is a story here. I don't know if I pulled this up. I'm still getting used to the StreamYard thing. So I don't know if you guys can see it, but she has a story here. And basically what she's talking about, like somebody sent her a message trying to like shit on Kai and them, saying like that they're predators, they can't take no finance. This like one person that sent like a message. But she's talking about the reason why she was so stressed out was because she showed like the rate of like people with STDs and AIDS in like New York and all of this other shit. Which it, you know, like I said, if that happened to her, like I would be fucking petrified too. So, but anyway, let me know your thoughts. I'm gonna wrap this up because I've been doing this now for the past hour and I'm starving. So I want to hear from y'all. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. If you have children, if you are a young person, whoever you are, be careful the way you move. Be vigilant. It's sad that we live in a world that you can't even enjoy a fucking party. Where crazy things can happen. Be mindful of the people that you bring around, strangers, things like that, because you never know. All right, we are living in a crazy world. All right, these are crazy times nowadays. So let me know your thoughts. Like, subscribe, comment. I'm out.